Okay, back again. Another day. Another water. As I said in my last video, I was going to try and put the front nose on the vehicle. Obviously a lot of it's rusted, so I'm just trying to at least get it up there in a sort of rudimentary way. I don't expect anything to be right just yet. I spent a fair amount of time trying to join this rusted skin to that flange, the lip, and trying to work out where they met, because they'd separated. So that was a priority to begin with, so I did it there, and this will all probably get cut away here anyway if I don't make a whole new skin. I was hoping to just clamp these brackets to the inside of the valance, but they won't work today, so I did this one as well, and then I got a heap of straps, ratchet straps, and I just ratcheted it together. I know that sounds like it was easy, but you could just imagine how many times I had to readjust and change angles and all that stuff. So probably 3 hours in the sun just now doing that, 2.5, 3 hours, more. So time for drinks, but all I'm worried about is trying to get this angle, this curve right now, because I can't really work off anything else. I managed to find where this post ended up. There's a little piece of metal stuck up in there, so it's within its tolerance. Obviously I'm just putting it there so I can get a center mark, really, but nothing else. So the profile matches here, and this line is fairly correct. I'm not too concerned because there's a whole world of work going on in here. None of these hinges have brackets to bolt onto. Basically it's all going to have to get rebuilt, so it's there in spirit right now, if not in body. So but you know, if you stand back, this is what keeps you going. So you can see she's getting there. She's getting there, alright. So I'm happy with that. I tried my little idea of jacking that up and down, but it didn't really work. So I've got a feeling that the floor in there is either the wrong curvature, the wrong angle, or the wrong distance out. The height looks pretty good, because it's meeting up over there and the lines are close, so I'm not too worried about that, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 mils, but the gap that's between that door and that concerns me, and it's similar over here as well. What that tells me is basically the distance between there and all the way around to the other side is more now than what it used to be. So that tells me that maybe there's too much metal. The curve, there's too much metal there. So I've got a feeling that what I might be able to do is notch out a fair section of floor here. I'm talking 1/2 foot wide. Just cut it straight down, because it has to be cut anyway, because if you look at that, that's a straight line, and the floor pans that you buy, they actually joggle out further. It's about 6 inches goes out. That's not even there. So what I might do, this is the last resort, is cut straight down here and then and do it on the other side, and then get the bottom part tacked together, and then work the floor from that. So make another pattern and then trim down the floor, because I've got a feeling the floor is, the curve is to kick too far forward. So if I just kick it back, it wouldn't be much. It'd probably only be 2 centimeters, maybe 3/4 of an inch either side. That side's really bad. This side's not too bad, but it's a thinking game, that's for sure. It's definitely a thinking game. Door fell off while I was trying to tack that on, so I was sort of juggling about 10 things at once, trying to hold the door up. The rust here where I tacked it together on the other side just cracked right down, so that's okay. I just put another tab across, and this one held good because I've got fairly good metal there, but the other side was pretty dodgy. But if you look at the line, I'm happy with that line, and yeah, I'll probably just leave it for now, have a break today. I've got all day off tomorrow, so I'll think about it all night tonight, as you do. And I came awfully close to smashing one of these quarter glasses again. I've got a pick hammer that I use quite regularly. It's converted, it's actually a like a pick for digging, and I use it for body work and pinning things down and wedging as well, and it's quite good. And I also use it as a breaker bar, a smallish one, but I use it for my shrinker stretchers. So it's just a good piece of round steel. And yeah, I was bashing away on the inside of where this is on the other panel. Ready? Watch. I'm not going to push it out, it'll just fly out. But the other one, there was a bit of a traffic jam of metal in there, and it was stopping the door coming to, and I was banging away at it, and it ricocheted and just glanced the glass, and I was very close. So yeah, I might take the time to take this glass out now. I think it's done its job. What I might do is weld this up. That'll give me that line parallel to that, and then take all the glass out. Although I can't now because it's welded in there. Anyway, too much to think about. But it is progress. I like that it's got a cabin now. Yeah. And I don't think I'll paint the dashboard. I'll probably just leave that as it is. I like the fact that it's pretty gruesome. And just leave it as it is. Probably clear lacquer that one, because that gets a lot of traffic, hand traffic and keys and wallets and that sort of stuff. So cans of Coke and rum. So clear coat that one, oil the rest of the vehicle, I'd say. Anyway, I'll bring you back next time.